Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the Cargo Corridors Conference, the Chennai edition. My name is Prashant Lakshmeshwar, and I'm the founder at SME Communities, India's upcoming knowledge sharing, business networking, and awareness generation platform, exclusively targeted at the MSME segment. My background comes from an industry association. I started my career with FICCI for almost 4 to 5 years before joining one of India's leading private sector banks and in various senior leadership roles in the marketing function. And ultimately, I became one of you, entrepreneur myself. So with that brief introduction, let me start the day's proceedings. Before I invite the dignitaries on stage for the inaugural session, I would like to take 2 minutes and share with you the reasons behind organizing today's conference on the cargo corridors. We are all part of what we celebrated as the country's 79th Independence Day last weekend. And it is my strong belief that this is a perfect time for all of us to reflect on all that we have achieved over the last 8 decades. And also equally important for all of us to keep looking forward to the infinite opportunities that face all of us and that exist in front of us as a nation. As India stands today at the convergence of many macroeconomic factors, we need to also remember that the world continues to be a very unpredictable, uncertain, and fragile world, or as the wise people like to call it, a VUCA world. In this context, it would be appropriate for me to mention that the MSMEs are the backbone of the Indian economy, and also that logistics, both as an industry segment and as an industry function, continues to be a very important area of focus for all our policymakers. In my various industry meetings with heads of industry associations across various regions, across various industry functions like chemicals, pharma, apparel, textile, engineering, one of the things that kept on coming as a recurring point was the logistics function and the costs involved in the export of goods made by the SME manufacturers. So it's not only the exporters, it is also the logistics solution providers like the customs house agents, the freight forwarders, the customs brokers, and the stakeholders in the logistics service providers segment. So to discuss all the issues that come out of such points, we decided to start a forum where both the logistics solution providers and the SME exporting companies could come together and come out with a charter of points to probably for FIEO to take back and resolve some of those concerns. So with that small brief background, and before I start, I'm also very humbled by the fact that we received a lot of support from FIEO, the Federation of Indian Export Organizations, in putting this conference together. So with that, I would like to call upon stage the dignitaries for the inaugural function. I would like to start with Mr. Israr Ahmed, past president of FIEO. Can you join us on stage, please, sir? Can I request Mr. Unning Krishnan to join us on stage and welcome Mr. Israr Ahmed with a bouquet. Can we have the bouquet, please? I'll request both of you to settle down on the stage. I'll request Mr. Israr Ahmed to continue on the stage. I will call each of the dignitaries. You can give them a bouquet each. Mr. Unning Krishnan, you can settle down. Let me call on Mr. S. Viswanathan, IS officer, deputy chairperson, and of the Chennai Port Authority on stage. I request Mr. Israr Ahmed to welcome me with a bouquet. Can we have the bouquet, please? You can settle down, sir. Next, let me call upon Mrs. Girija Subramaniam, Chairman Managing Director of the New India Assurance Company. Thank you, madam, for joining us all the way from Mumbai and being a part of this conference. Can I request Mr. Israr Ahmed again to welcome her with a warm bouquet? I now call upon Mr. Manikkavel, IRS, Commissioner of GST and Central Excise, Chennai North and South Commissionerate on stage. And I request once again Mr. Israr Ahmed to welcome him with a warm bouquet. A big round of applause for Mr. Manikkavel. Mr. Basha is on his way, is what I'm told, so we will have him with us soon. Can I request Mr. Unikrishnan is already there, and Mr. Manimaran on stage? Yes. Request Mr. Israr Ahmed to welcome Mr. Manimaran with a warm bouquet. A round of applause for Mr. Manimaran joining us today. With that, I would like to introduce Mr. Israr Ahmed to all of you before I request him to deliver the welcome address. Mr. Israr Ahmed is an MBA from Boston University, batch of 1996. He is one of the key promoters and directors of the Farida Group, which is one of the largest shoe manufacturers in India today, with an annual turnover of USD 350 million. Having manufacturing operations in India, Ethiopia, and Bangladesh, and employing over 29,000 people with 90% women workforce. That's a very telling statistic, sir. Mr. Ahmed is a distinguished leader in India's export community with extensive experience in international trade, export promotion, and policy advocacy. As the past president of FIEO, he has been instrumental in representing Indian exporters at various national and global platforms, driving initiatives to enhance market access, trade facilitation, and competitiveness of MSMEs in global markets. So, very apt choice for us to give the welcome address for this conference on SMEs cargo corridors. Currently, Mr. Israr Ahmed is the director of the Skill Development Council for the leather sector, and also the executive committee member of Indo-German Chamber of Commerce and the Indian Shoe Federation. Let me invite Mr. Israr Ahmed on at the podium to deliver the welcome address with a loud round of applause from all of you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prashant. I really appreciate it. And good morning to everybody. First of all, I'd like to welcome the dignitaries on the stage again, which is Shri Mr. Manimaran, Commissioner of Customs, Mr. Manikkavel, Commissioner GST, CGST, South Chennai, and also I heard that also for North Chennai as well. Girija ma'am, who is, has come in from Bombay. Where my wife was supposed to come in last night, ma'am, from Bombay. She couldn't come because the flights were cancelled. So you are braver than her, and you've come to see to be in this meeting. I really appreciate that as well. And Mr. Viswanathan from the Port Authority as well, the Deputy Chairman for Chennai Port Authority, and we are waiting for Mr. Samim Basha. Today, this conclave that we have today about cargo corridors in Chennai and MSME moving forward with a special focus on MSME is something that is much, much, much needed as well. I always like to say that for MSMEs, the most important thing is awareness. I think a lot of us MSMEs, exporters, we are not aware of what's out there, what are the possibilities for the MSMEs, and we sell ourselves short sometimes, and because we don't understand. And I think as FIEO, and now also for sure, I really appreciate the Mr. Prashant and his company as well, for bringing up these issues and trying to increase the awareness. Such sessions are going to be very, very instrumental in us exporters trying to make sure that we get the best out of what is out there. Somebody had said it very well. Logistics is not just about moving goods. It is about moving the economy. And it's so apt in what has been said, because without good logistics, you cannot have exports. I mean, as simple as that. There are so many. I mean, we have a factory in Ethiopia, which is a landlocked country. I know the nightmares of how it is to export from Ethiopia to other countries. We are not able to get LCL cargoes. We have so many issues. In that way, I have to say that Chennai is blessed. I come from the footwear industry, as you know, and the fact that we are from Tamil Nadu, and we have almost 11% of all India's export, to the tune of about $52 billion, goes out of Chennai. And I guarantee you, the way Tamil Nadu is growing, we will soon reach 14-15% in no time. I mean, the number of factories that are coming in, the number of new setups that are coming in all over the state will put a lot of pressure on the logistics as well, and a lot of opportunities. I don't look at only pressure, but I also look at opportunities for growth that are happening in Tamil Nadu is going to be the future. But at the same time, as I said, I'm from the footwear, and a lot of big, very, very large footwear companies are setting up shop in Tamil Nadu. And I was asked by very senior leaders of UP and Bihar and in Orissa as well, actually. But they asked us and said, we'll give you 70% subsidy. Bring the plants here. We can put it up here. And these are large plants, 500 crore plants. So you can imagine what a 70% subsidy can mean. It's a lot of money. Nobody went. The reason was the infrastructure, the access to the port. Those are things that are critical for a business. It's not about 350 crores. It's about what you can do and grow over a period of time, the ease of doing business, the simplicity, how fast can we get our product across. Now, these are the things that are going to be crucial. At the same time, I'd also like to talk about the big problem that we all have, or most of us have, which is the tariffs. The geopolitical situation that is there in the world is outright crazy. We have no idea what's going to happen when we have leaders and president like Trump, where policy decisions are taken very easily, and this causes a lot of disruption. During those disruptions, what is important is to have a resilient logistical setup where we can ship quickly. We don't want the logistics to become a pain, but to become a boon for us exporters. And I'll give you an example. I think I have about 20 containers, hopefully on a ship tomorrow from Mumbai, because that's the only vessel that can go out from Chennai and reach the New York port before the 17th of September and will meet the cutoff. So that is something that I believe that the Chennai port doesn't have, and we are unable to ship directly. Had we had some connections like that, it would have been easier. And these are things that I think, I don't know if Krishna Kumar is here from MSC, but I think he's speaking in the next, this thing. So we'd like to have more mother vessels come in here as well. So if it was, as you know, for the tariffs thing, you can only put it on a mother vessel. You cannot put it on a vessel that goes directly to the US. You cannot put your cargo on a transit, and if it is not on the mother vessel, it doesn't count. So similar to that, those are the kind of things that we have, challenges and stuff. And we at FIEO, we've been getting calls asking from MSME, how do we beat this deadline of 27th of 17th of September and 27th of August. How does it work and stuff? So these are things that I think us as FIEO, the SME communities, and the logistical team here need to educate and bring awareness to the smaller exporters so that they understand how to ship and when to ship. I also met a friend from the cargo, from air cargo as well. I'm sure you are being hounded with a lot of cargo to the US because as the deadline approaches, it's going to be important. There are some critical challenges that need urgent attention as well, apart from the general speak. One of the things that is affecting us in India are the high logistical costs as well. You know, we would assume that there is about 11 to 13% higher costs compared to other countries at 7 to 8%. India is slightly higher compared to most of the other countries. And we need to work on it, and I think the government is taking a lot of steps, I'll talk about it later, to bring this down. The last mile connectivity, getting our goods to the port is a problem. You know, I think from Chennai itself, hopefully with the new bridges that are coming in, it will help us as well. There are some procedural bottlenecks which can always improve. Having said that, I'd like to also mention about the customs itself. And I would say from 10 years ago to today, it's a massive sea change. And really, we appreciate you and the finance ministry and the whole thing. And I think they really deserve a round of applause for what you have done to make it so much easier. I think a lot of you are from the logistics community, and you know how difficult it was 10 years ago to how easy it is to getting cargo in or getting cargo out. Both are now more digital, faceless. Yes, we will face problems, but hopefully they are getting resolved as we speak as well. I spoke about resilience to disruption. This is a very important point to get alternate routings, multimodal linkages, and digital visibility as well. Port connectivity, as I had said, what we would like in Chennai or from Chennai is to have more mother vessels. I understand that the draft in Chennai port is not as much as would be expected for the very large vessels to come. But I believe that the draft is enough for 70 to 80% of the mother vessels to still come. It's the very large vessels that will not make it into the Chennai port. But anyways, this I'm sure our port chief can also talk to us about that as well. But there are other things that are being done as well. I mean, I would say the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan is an amazing framework that is coming in to change India itself, India's logistics. And this is a great plan that is started. And hopefully as it develops, it will start giving its results as well. The dedicated freight corridors, multimodal logistics parks will also bring economies of scale. Chennai is well placed to serve as a transshipment hub for Bay of Bengal region, linking India with ASEAN and East Asia and Australia as well. And of course the Ice Gate and the East Sanchit, which keeps getting better and will keep giving its efficiencies to us as well. The idea is actually so that we can get Chennai to become the Singapore. Almost, I mean, I don't think we'll ever get to Singapore at this point, but you know, in the near future, but hopefully we have a long-term vision and start getting as efficient as Singapore would be. Yeah. The MSMEs need a special focus. That's why we have this meeting today, to make sure that we focus on the MSMEs. One more good thing that is happening is the public-private partnership that is happening, the digital integration, and also we are looking at the green corridor, where sustainability using electric trucks and solar power, all of these things are coming in, because as countries such as EU nations will require for more carbon credits and other things. So we as an exporter also need to show that our products are being shipped with sustainability in mind as well. So on behalf of FIEO, I can assure you that the Federation will continue to work shoulder to shoulder with the government and the industry to ensure that the cargo corridor becomes true enablers for growth. So let us all resolve today that Chennai will not only be a cargo corridor, but a corridor of progress, inclusivity, and global excellence for our MSMEs. Thank you.
Thank you for that inspiring welcome address, Mr. Israr Ahmed. With that, may I now call upon Mr. S. Viswanathan to give the guest of honor address. Allow me to introduce Mr. Viswanathan. Mr. S. Viswanathan is a member of the Indian Administrative Service 2008 batch. He is a mechanical engineering graduate and later pursued his MBA in Marketing and Finance and the MicroMasters program in Economics from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. As a dynamic IAS officer, he has served in various districts of Madhya Pradesh and has taken pioneering initiatives as Mission Director of National Health Mission. His distinguishable service as the Commissioner of Municipal Corporation Guwahati, as the Managing Director at the Tourism Department, and as the CEO of Ayushman Bharat has had prominent impact on society. His unparalleled commitment and efficiency has earned him the Chief Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration on 2 different occasions, which demonstrates his ethical administrative practices. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. S. Viswanathan, Deputy Chairman, Chennai Port Authority, with a large round of applause for this guest of honor address.
Thank you for those kind words. Distinguished delegates on the dais, I'll start with Mr. Manimaran, IRS, Commissioner of Customs. Mr. P. Manikkavel, Commissioner, IRS, Chennai South Commissionerate. Mr. Israr Ahmed. Ms. Girija Subramanian, CMD, New India Insurance. Assurance. And the host for today's function, Mr. Unnikrishna. All the other distinguished delegates, esteemed members of the trade fraternity, respected colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I first of all would like to thank FIEO for having given this opportunity to interact with the trade and SME fraternity at the Cargo Corridors Chennai edition. I am delighted to witness the gathering of exporters, importers, freight forwarders, custom house agents, logistics innovators, and trade body leaders who form the backbone of this Chennai's vibrant multimodal trade ecosystem. In today's conclave, I think Mr. Israr has set the context appropriately, and he has dropped a few anchors which he has asked Chennai Port also to respond to that. Definitely during the course of my interaction I will be doing that. And also it is an opportunity to inform to the trade the initiatives of Chennai Port, the initiatives of Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, so that we can have a resilient, digital and globally competitive ecosystem in Chennai. We are very proud to play the role of institutional anchor in this ecosystem. In fact, I always say that Chennai Port starts with the pin code of Chennai 600001. So along with the Chennai city, the Chennai Port has been a focal point in its development. In fact, we are the 3rd oldest port in the country. The oldest being Kolkata, followed by Mumbai. We are the 3rd oldest. we have been the first container port in the country. And now if you look at the eastern side, we are the largest container port in the country, in the Bay of Bengal. JNPT obviously will be the number one if you look at the country's perspective. So I have a few slides to share with you so that we can give a clear picture of Chennai Port's current ability, our performance trajectory, the strength of our multimodal connectivity, the trade facilitation initiatives, and the roadmap which will be guiding our future. So as shown here, we are 3 docks and 27 berths. At the state-of-the-art facilities, we are also the largest automobile exporting hub. And Israr Ahmed spoke on the connectivity. I have a few slides on that. Where and all we are connected, how we are connected, how we can benefit the trade. So as can be seen, we have excellent sea connectivity to the east, ASEAN and Western Pacific. We also have to the west, Middle East and North Africa, Europe. I will also discuss about the America connectivity which you mentioned. And also, I am very happy to mention that in the year 2021, we acquired the 100% stake of Kamarajar Port, which is 24 kilometers north of it. That's the youngest port in the country. So if you look at put together, we have done 103 million metric tons, Chennai Port being around 55 million tons. This year, till now, we are growing at a rate of around 12%. If you look at last year's percentage, we have grown at 6.5%. Till now, the first quarter, if you look at it, 12%. So that means it's showing that the industry is picking up trends. Industry is able to export and import much greater volumes. And if you look at the last 5 years, if we put together both our ports, we were at around 70 million metric tons in 2021. From 70, in a period of 5 years, the Chennai region have grown by 30 million tons. Right now we are at around 103.37 million metric tons. And this gives a broad idea about how our port is located. We are discussing about the drafts. Liquid bulk around 16.5 meter draft, dry bulk around 14 meter draft, and container, because most of we are related with containers, so that will be 15.5 meter. So with an approach channel, one of the shortest approach channel among all the ports. If you look at Kandla, if you look at Kolkata, if you look at Cochin, relatively we have from the anchorage into the port, we have the shortest access. We can come in a period of around 15 minutes, we can come and berth inside. The channel depth also, if you see, is good for Panamax vessels. So Panamax vessels can come and berth in Chennai port. Obviously, when you are talking about mother vessel can also come, 80% of it can come here. But then we have, over the period of time, transshipment hubs have come in Singapore, Port Klang and Colombo. If we are able to attract more volumes from India, as a growing economy, if we are able to attract more volumes of EXIM trade for in and out, definitely shipping lines will be attracted towards the volumes. So if the volumes are able to come to Chennai, then obviously these bigger vessels also will come. And I will also, at the end of my presentation, will show our outer harbour project, and that drafts that outer harbour project also will be exposing the entire Chennai trade ecosystem. If you look at our cargo profile, we are majorly a container port, 63%. Last year our container, if you look at it, it would have been 60%. So from 60 it has gone to 63, and I am expecting, apart from liquid bulk, most of the other commodities over a period of time, containerization will start going to happen. And we have 2 state-of-the-art container terminals with a capacity of 3 million TEUs. Last year we have done around 1.8 million TEUs. We have 14 key cranes, 42 RTGs, around 660 reefer points. Whenever we are talking about agricultural fish products, perishable products, these reefer points will play a very important role. And this is the connectivity which I would like to mention. We are connected to almost every part of the world, and with KPL, with the MSC cruises, we are also connected to the Americas. So, so through the MSC cruises, we are connected to the Americas. North America, we are connected to it. So I think with this, the Chennai region as such, may not be Chennai port, but the Chennai, Kamarajar port as such, we will be able to cover almost every part of Europe, towards Southeast Asia, towards the Australia, Africas, and to the Americas. And because of this and the competitive advantage it is able to provide, automobile industry, mineral products, textile and garments, agri exports, chemical and allied products, engineering products, they are finding that it is very easy to export. So from automobiles in Sriperumbudur and Hosur, to textiles in Coimbatore, Tirupur, minerals and engineering goods from Bellary and Salem, agriculture exports from the Kaveri Delta, and chemicals from Manali. Chennai port connects seamlessly with industries that drive our nation's exports. What makes Chennai port distinct is not just its reach, but its readiness. The port is equipped with specialized facilities tailored to the requirements of this sector. In essence, Chennai port is not only capable of catering to diverse industries, but it is also strategically positioned to connect South India's regional strength with global opportunities. I also would like to have two slides. One, both for my terminals. One is DP World, another is PSA. DP World operates 3 Far East services, 1 Southeast Asia service, 2 Middle East service, and 2 coastal service. Coastal shipping is also improving a lot because of the various discounts given by the Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways. Similarly, PSA operates 2 Far East services, 5 Southeast Asia services, 1 Middle East service, 1 South Asia service, 2 coastal service. Maybe next time I would like to put across the connectivity which KPL also, Kamarajar Port also would offer, so that that can bring in a bit of holistic. And also, we are exporting Hyundai Kia cars. Almost 1.83 lakh cars have been exported. Put together, KPL also, we export around 3 lakh cars. So, a lot of automobile components also come in, and a lot of cars are getting exported. In fact, if you put it around 3 lakh cars, and each car costing around 10 lakh rupees approximately, we are looking at an industry of around 30,000 crore rupees. That will be the amount of the value of exports that will be dealing with it. And one issue which Chennai port obviously had in the past 2 decades has been the connectivity issue. Because Chennai port came first and then the city expanded along with it, it is in the heart of the city. If you look at New Mangalore port, if you look at Kamarajar port or any recent ports, they have come a little bit outside the city. Like what is happening with the later airports. The airports are coming a little bit beyond the city center, so that in the newer development, that newer areas get satellite towns expanding. So that has not happened because Chennai port was there for the last 144 years. So congestion had been there. And recently we have taken some steps, both in road connectivity format, also in rail connectivity format, and also in the coastal format. Coastal shipping volumes are increasing. Ministry is having targets. Lot of iron ore, coal have started moving in coastal shipping. We are expecting that a lot of food trains also will start moving in the coming days to come. And one of the major strengths which Chennai port had is the CFS and ICDs in and around. So 33 CFSs, they actually are able to congregate the goods and they are able to process it. I have a few slides on the port, road and connectivity, how the entire areas in and around Chennai port up to Bangalore, up to Coimbatore, up to South Andhra are getting connected. I will leave the slide so that later part of time we can have a look at it. The outer ring roads, the Manali junctions, and very importantly the Madurai project which has been there. Madurai project on its completion, it's a double-decked elevated corridor. Once on its completion, we will ensure that the 20-kilometer access will ease away all the trade related movements from Bangalore, Jollarpet and Salem area. So that means around 50% of the cargo will start coming through the southern axis. So right now, around 98% of my cargo is coming through the north gate, the gate 0, the north gate. So that will now get splitted up, 50% downside and 50% to the north. So that effectively means that your cargo will be able to come into the port quickly. Simultaneously, your evacuation of the cargo from the port also will be faster. So for the congestion also, we have recently invested around 60 crore rupees into our Chennai port parking plaza. So once that parking plaza got operational, immediately we found that normally we used to operate around 5,000 trucks per day in Chennai port. So once this parking plaza got operational, our last record was around 6,403 trucks. So we are able to handle around 1,400 trucks, which is a little more than 20% of the cargo that can be seen. So seamless connectivity has enabled. Jollarpet Railway Goods Shed, we are working with Concor, they are operating it. We have an extensive storage capability. We are constructing a 1 lakh square meter of paved storage yard. We are constructing an 18,000 square meter of exim godowns. Both of this will become operational by the end of March 2026. So we are right now in August, I am talking about next 6 months. All these operational facilities will be made available to the trade. And also, we are talking about digital transformation. We are talking about how seamlessly Chennai port can ensure that paperless office is possible. In fact, I think customs also have to be given credit in this regard because we have to act as a team. Under one nation, one port process, the initiative is that at the desk, anybody should be able to process their papers digitally to ensure that import and export happens smoothly. So this also we are having a continuous discussion with customs, with port health organization, with immigration, so that this smooth process can happen. Like for example, I would like to mention here, in JNPA, in the Indian context, it's one of the smoothest port where you can actually take your cargo easily. In fact, when you look at JNPA, all the cargo that is for scanning or not scanning, it moves out of the port gate without actually getting it checked at the port gate, because the customs there is relying very heavily on the CFS and other DPD, DP partners to ensure that if it has to be for scanning, it has to be done by the CFS. And if they are not doing it, there is a big penalty imposed by the customs on that trade, because scanning was supposed to have been done and it is the mandate which the CFS has to comply with. Whereas in Chennai port, what currently we are doing is we are having customs people manning our zero gate, so that for those 10-15% of the containers to be scanned or not, we are actually examining all the 100% containers. We are taking their form 13, checking it whether that scanned seal is there or not. In fact, I would like to thank Mr. Manimaran, because just before the function we were having a discussion that how we can ease this process, how we can digitally ensure that the cargoes which are to be scanned can be taken note of through RFID or through digital means, how without any checks and balances they will be able to go through the gate 0, and the gate 0 should be able to technically read the vessel or the vehicle or truck number and then analyze that, okay, this vehicle is supposed to have to go to a scanner and it has been done that, and so it is fit for evacuation from the port. So technically this is possible. maybe we'll have to sit together and then find that this really happens. Attractive concession schemes, we have brought concession up to 70% in our VRCs. And the future roadmap, I have talked about the elevated road connectivity Motherwell project. The another one that is coming up is the MMLP. It is coming at Mappedu. Reliance has been the concessioner. So that will also again be another big congregation point where cargo will be congregated, and it will come through a direct road connectivity or through a rail connectivity. This one. And the last one is our outer harbour project, where we are finding that tomorrow to attract mother vessels to Chennai port, what needs to be done. This would be around 8,000 crore project, where we expect that around 2,000 meter quay length, we should be able to have mother vessels berthed in Chennai port. So already technical study has been is underway. IIT Madras is our knowledge partner in this regard, and we believe that in a period of around 4 to 5 years, this project will become a reality, because space is in demand. Navy is asking for space, Coast Guards are asking for space, the trade is asking for space. We will have to, Chennai Port as an aggregator, as a consolidator, we will have to provide that space and facilities to this, and we expect a big container terminal also to come and operate this area. So these are the main points which I would like to mention to the trade. I hope that this will definitely benefit the trade, and we both will be able to work together. My team is there, so they will be, during the breaks, you can interact with them. Any issues and queries related to Chennai Port, our team would be happy to help you out. Thank you. I have a small video of Chennai Port to present. I request it to play.
Welcome to the port of Chennai, the bustling hub of the Indian subcontinent where time never stops still. An all-season, all-weather port, it is also renowned for its high berth. Welcome to the port of Chennai, the bustling hub of the Indian subcontinent where time never stops still. An all-season, all-weather port, it is also renowned for its high berth availability with the best cargo handling facilities availing AEO, Authorized Economic Operator status. With direct connectivity to over 50 ports worldwide, it's a vital link in the global supply chain facilitating international trade.
Chennai Port has been serving this part of the country. We have excellent infrastructure facilities and capacity to handle different types of cargoes. We work continuously on this infrastructure and connectivity so that our customers can have an excellent experience.
With 3 major docks, Dr. Ambedkar Dock, Jawahar Dock and Bharati Dock, and 2 container terminals, the port efficiently handles the largest bulk carriers in the world. The Chennai port takes pride in its 2 exclusive container terminals that offer unparalleled services. Both the container terminals are capable of handling Panamax and post-Panamax container vessels carrying up to 8,000 TEU. The port of Chennai, with a strategic advantage of a dedicated rail network enabling direct port delivery, excellent network of roads exclusive to containers, make container throughput at the port of Chennai easily the most efficient. The port of Chennai stands as one of India's premier car terminals. Its state-of-the-art berthing facilities have solidified its reputation as a favored choice among prominent exporters, including Hyundai and Kia, to mention just a couple. Exclusive oil terminals BD1 and 3 for handling crude and POL products with capability to handle Suez Max vessels add another feather in the cap of Port of Chennai. Huge marine loading arms facilitate faster and safer handling of crude oil and POL products, and the terminal is well connected by a network of pipelines to large tank farms. The port has massive storage facilities which include 4 transit sheds, 12 warehouses for storage of bulk cargoes like wheat, pulses, sugar and fertilizers, besides vast open area for storage of bulk cargoes like project cargo on license basis. 83 tank farms are also available for storage of liquid bulk cargo. 2 state-of-the-art XM godowns of area 4,500 square meters each were recently commissioned to stack clean cargoes in hygienic conditions under natural light. And recently, a western shed godown has been commissioned in an area of 5,320 square meters to stack food grains, fertilizers and clean cargo. What keeps the port bustling round the clock are the projects that it undertakes to foster trade and commerce. Some of the completed and ongoing projects include construction of a dedicated coastal berth, a common rail user facility with a loading platform to handle full rake capacity, concreted paved storage yard measuring about 10 hectares to stack the import and export break bulk cargoes, a bunker berth at Bharati Dock for an exclusive bunkering facility for the vessels calling at East Coast with bunkers also available at outer anchorage. Our upcoming projects include double-deck elevated corridor Tier 2 from Chennai Port to Madurai, multimodal logistics park at Mappede that enhances value-added services. At the Port of Chennai, we are not just navigating the waters, we are charting a course towards a brighter tomorrow. The Port of Chennai, the gateway to a sustainable future, where history, innovation and progress seamlessly merged together.
Thank you, Mr. Viswanathan. I must mention here that when we were thinking of starting the Cargo Corridor series, Chennai was a logical choice because of Chennai Port Trust and the Chennai Airport combination. And one thing that I read recently was that, as he also mentioned in his presentation, that the Chennai Port Trust and its subsidiary, the Kamarajar Port, has achieved a big milestone in the last fiscal with the total cargo throughput exceeding 100 million tons for the first time. I think things can only increase significantly going from here. So we have with us Mr. N. Samim Basha, Joint General Manager Cargo, who has joined us. So may I request my colleague to get a bouquet, and may I request Mr. Israr Ahmed once again to do the honors and welcome Mr. Basha with a bouquet. Thank you, sir. A very warm round of applause for Mr. Viswanathan for taking time and joining us today at the Cargo Corridors Conference. Thank you so much, sir. May I quickly introduce Mr. Samim Basha, our next speaker. With nearly 3 decades of distinguished service at the Airports Authority of India, Mr. Samim Basha brings unmatched expertise in the air cargo operations, trade facilitation, and logistics management. Currently serving as a Joint General Manager Cargo at Chennai International Airport, he oversees one of India's busiest air freight hubs, driving efficiency, compliance, and international modernization. An MBA in logistics and LLM in international trade laws and the World Trade Organization. Mr. Basha combines deep operational knowledge with a strong understanding of global trade frameworks. His career spans postings across major airports in Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Coimbatore, Guwahati, and the northeastern region, giving him a pan-India perspective on cargo management. Mr. Basha, if you could take the stage and deliver your guest of honor address, sir. Thank you.
Most respected dignitaries on the dais, my fellow associates, trade partners, as an audience, it's my pleasure on my part to get associated with you all in this forum. I would, at the outset, I'd like to thank the Federation of Indian Import Organization has taken a good initiative to call down the expertise as well as government official as well as the trade partners to be on the same line to work jointly in the perspective of the trade proliferations, developments, and to build the strong growth of Tamil Nadu. Being the son of the soil, I too also have a great zeal to help the trade partners within the limit, sometimes beyond the limit, because I started my career with an export-import agencies attached to the Container Corporation of India before my position in Airport Authority. Similarly, I was dealing with project cargo in Engineers India Limited. With this, not only that, I have been also professionally equipped with MBA Logistics. I did my LLM in International Trade Laws from the National Law University. So I have a good perspective to understand the trade and to extend my support all times. As such, your good self know that how much the important the port trust. Similarly, the airport is also adding its due advantage to the development of the city for the trade growth. With this, I can say that Chennai Airport is evolving beyond its role, not only as a passenger gateway. As such, you all know, it becomes a strategic trade accelerator. By integrating India's manufacturing strength with the Asian markets, leveraging the multimodal connectivity is set to play the central role in shaping the India-Pacific trade corridors and economic growth. Chennai International Airport, as such, it's not new. See, the old era, we are not only dealing right now with the Asian countries, the days beyond, most of in the Sangam era, the Chera, Chola and all other things, they also used to have a trade with Malaysia, Singapore, Cambodia and all other things. So it is not new for us. And moreover, the modern technology, modern developments that have been asked us to gear, support and to have a good bilateral agreements between the various other Asian countries have come up like anything. Sir, Chennai location, its strategic location provides a proximity to the Asian countries such as Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam and Indonesia. Chennai Airport serves as the natural gateway between the South India and the South Asia India, as you know well. It strengthens the Act East policy of the Government of India in the Indian Pacific trade partnerships. How does air cargo supporting have its own logistics advantage? We have been equipped with the dedicated cargo terminals for perishables, electronics, pharmaceuticals, textiles, automotive components. Not only we have a vast, tremendous automatic storage retrieval system can accommodate more than 80,000 metric tons of cargo laterally, so that we can very well take care of the cargo of yours from pilferage, moisture, no human interventions and all other things, so that how the cargo it has been airlifted abroad, we are been in a position to delivery the same mode. Even the most of the owners, malls and various other peoples taking the cargo directly supplying to the, previously they used to take it to the warehouse and to segregate and to deliver. Nowadays it has been going directly delivered to the showroom itself, so that we have been very cautious in handling in a precise way of the cargo. Similarly, that we used to have the elevated transfer vehicle that can make the pallet and accommodate of more than 80 pallets one at the same time. As and when the flight used to come, we used to effect delivery for airlifting without any damages with that. Apart from that, I can very well say that air cargo plays the critical role in e-commerce express logistics with dedicated international courier hubs. We have been having the international cargo courier hubs for both import as well as export, apart from the normal course of the cargo which is for the home consumption. They used to file a bill of entry and all other thing and to get it clear. Wherein this courier, one at the same time, you can get it clear near about more than 40 people's, 40 different people's cargo one at the same time by lodging the Q bill of entry. So it has been having its own advantage, instant facilitation for the industry, where if importers, any containers, any cranes, that robust cranes require a sample or any breakdown parts can get rectified, that we used to support by the air cargo, because it is a fast move of cargo so that you can put it back for the operations. So proximity, now the air cargo, not only that our airport have a good proximity to Chennai port, Ennur port, now the Skottupalli port enable the strong sea-air multimodal connectivity. So most of the times the cargo which have to move by the sea, due to this shortage of time or the LC is going to expire and all thing, the diversification can very well take place immediately, can connect by the air also. So we have been most of the time looking for the change of mode of transportation is taking place by air and sea. That's a good event. So industries and trade economic system. Tamil Nadu is the leader of an automobile, electronics, textiles and the leather export, as such you know well. The industrial corridors such as the Chennai-Bangalore industrial corridors, as well as now Visakhapatnam, Chennai industrial corridors are strengthening the trade, the volumes, the figures which have been given by the Port Trust Authority right now. Sir, Asian business have the significant investment in Tamil Nadu, particularly in manufacturing and IT sectors. You know well about that, so that it has been added. Our connectivity and expansion, we have a direct flights to Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok, Jakarta, Manila, boost regional trade links. Not only that, we used to have function as a transshipment hub also most of the time. The cargo which has been coming from Sri Lanka or from Bangladesh or from the Singapore can have a hub, get it transshipped, and further we will be moving the cargo to the Europe, Middle East countries and all other things. So now it has been, the trend has been picked up. Now we have been performing that also in a vast roles. And not only that, in order to facilitate that, like Chennai Airport with the phase 1, 2, 3, terminal 1, 2, 3, 4, we have been coming with exclusive terminal 5 for the cargo handling to be have more modernization with a vast digitalized equipment and technological upgradations. Sir, last year in 24-25, we are very proud to say that we have handled more than 156 15,000 1,56,000 metric tons of cargo. Similarly, for import only. Similarly, for export that we have handled more than 13,628 metric tons of cargo. Similarly, domestic we have handled near about 85,000 metric tons of cargo. So with courier, it's also coming up near about 4,000 metric tons of cargo that we have handled. So with this, we have been moving towards the growth comparatively to any other financial year. So future growth corridors, India-Asian Free Trade Zone that you may be knowing that further enhance the demand for logistics and infrastructure. We have been mostly concentrating on the development of the pharma, renewable energy components and the electric vehicle machine supplies, the new growth sectors. Development of the cold chains, we have near about more than 6 chambers of different temperature to facilitate the trade based on the requirement. With this small thing, I think of giving an opportunity for the other delegates to express their support to the trade. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Basha. I must also mention the fact that we have 2 associate partners with us, Aku Cyber Security Solutions and Heritage Insurance Brokers, who have helped us make this event a success today. So with that, I request Mr. Manimaran to give the next guest of honor. Let me quickly introduce him to all of you. Mr. Manimaran, a 2005 batch officer of Indian Customs, currently serves as the Commissioner of Customs, Chennai 4th Commissionerate, a position he assumed in October 2023. Promoted to Commissioner in 2023, he brings nearly 2 decades of expertise in intelligence, investigation, and automation-driven systems in customs operations. Prior to his current role, Sri Manimaran served at DG Systems, Bengaluru, where he spearheaded technology-enabled initiatives to enhance efficiency, transparency, and compliance in customs processes. Please welcome Mr. Manimaran with a big round of applause.
அனைவருக்கும் மாலை வணக்கம், காலை வணக்கம். I thought we already slipped into evening. First of all, sincere thanks to the FIEO and the SME communities for organizing this, and inviting us from the department, from Customs, GST and other agencies to be part of it. And there appears to be the other discussion, panel discussions also about this. In fact, it's a very welcoming initiative, because you all would be knowing that Indian Customs, when you talk about the Indian Customs Act, which is almost of 63 years old now, and we all would be knowing that when we talk about customs, only the enforcement agency comes to our picture. But Customs as an agency has gone through a sea change. We have been while we don't miss the core function of enforcing at the border, the role of customs has changed into the biggest trade facilitator. A couple of decades back, if you see the kind of commissioners on customs in Chennai, there used to be only one commissioner customs, and who takes care of the clearances and the enforcement at the both seaside and air side. Now we have specialized commissionerates for every functions. We have a dedicated preventive commissionates which takes care of the whole patrolling of this border, who takes care of the preventive functions, in intelligence, investigations. And we have an import commissionerate which takes care of the whole faceless assessment of bill of entries and associated works. And I am part of the export commissionerate, which incidentally takes care of the non-facilitated cargoes examination, clearances, scanning of the consignments, and the whole export assessment, and the other export related incentives, etc. When we talk about customs as a catalyst for MSME competitiveness in logistics, in the whole supply chain logistics, as far as the EXIM industry is concerned, we cannot take away the role of customs, because which has been playing a crucial role. Especially in the last one decade, the kind of initiatives and the transformation customs has brought in the clearance process is amazing, which as an insider even we could appreciate in a big way. Having been associated personally from the systems and automation part of customs, the kind of initiatives which we are still planning to bring in is going to further facilitate the trade. You take the Chennai customs zone as such, especially on the seaside, if you take almost 3,000 bills of entries are filed in a day, and around 2,000 shipping bills are filed in a day. Just imagine how we are handling this much of consignments. Days have gone that the people used to say, like, for everything they used to slightly blame it on the customs, that it is pending with customs. You won't believe 50% of the consignment are getting cleared through a concept called the direct port deliveries. So we have 3 different ports here, the consignments which reach Chennai, Ennur and Kattupalli port. 50% of the consignment gets cleared at the port level only. That can happen only if our facilitation levels are more. You may be aware, but I can still tell you that the facilitation percentage at Chennai for Indian customs is 92%. Means 92% of the consignment are not getting opened and examined. Means it happens only because of the risk analysis and our risk management system, which takes care of the whole compliance part, which is definitely possible only if there is a highly compliant trade. So the credit goes to you all. Without your support, I don't think we can process the consignment at this much of facilitations level. And on export side, you won't believe the facilitations level is still more. It is at 98%. 98% of the consignment on exports are getting facilitated. Means just imagine, like, in any exporter, whether it can be a micro, mini, small, a big exporters, or an AEO holder or a non-AEO holder. In fact, we treat them all equally as far as facilitation level is concerned, because the AEO facilitation happens at the largest level, and when I talk about the overall facilitation, we can understand that even the non-AEO is also getting the facilitated. That can happen only if the trade is compliant. Because you all know, like even a one bad groundnut can spoil the whole taste of the whole groundnuts. It's like that. Even a one or two non-compliant exporter, he comes in, he goes and he or she who can goes and creates a bad risk parameters, which then invariably it hits the every other consignments also. When we talk about the highest facilitation on the export side, just imagine there were days like the exporter have to bring their consignment to the customs area like a CFS or an ICD. Then it gets stuffed in the presence of customs. Then the regular process of assessment if at all required, then the examination, then the clearance happens, then it gets moved to the port. Now, more than 46% of the export consignments or gets factory stuffed and they reach the port directly. We call it the direct port entry. So recently, with again the with the nudge, I should say, nudge by the FIEO, we have streamlined and simplified the self-sealing procedures in Chennai. And I was told that the MSME sectors is very happy about that. And I would request this podium again, especially FIEO, to popularize that so that more and more exporters, okay, if they fall into the category of self-seal exporters, they can come and avail this. And the last few years, especially in the last couple of years, we have literally brought 24/7 operations of all the customs activities inside the port. So it's any time, any day, the customs officials are available inside the ports. This basically caters to those 50% of the direct port delivery consignments. And rest, of course, gets moved to the CFSs, where we don't operate 24/7, but we operate on 6 days. We have our Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs have committed to clear the import consignments within 72 hours and export consignment within 24 hours. And we are able to highly achieve this target in most of the situations. And this can happen not only within the customs perspective, because this requires a lot of logistical support also. When Mr. Viswanathan highlighted about what kind of logistics and infrastructure is coming up in this region, I strongly believe that in the days to come, the trade from this part of India can flourish better. When it comes to the export incentive, which is especially the MSME sector is highly dependent on, especially on the post-exports, the benefits like the drawback or the ROTUP or ROSTL, the drawback rule says like we are supposed to process the drawback within 30 days. On an average, at Chennai, 98% of the shipping bills, the drawback shipping bills gets processed and the drawback reaches their exporter's account within 5 working days from LEO. And this is, and on this front, Chennai Customs Zone is standing at the top in India. Same with respect to the IGST refunds also. So this can happen only if you are able to bring in a lot of transparency. So the transparency is about what? Transparency is about how to track the status. What happened to my drawback, where it is got stuck, what happened to my IGST refund, why it is not happening for me. Here the role of any exporters for that matter, especially I would request the MSME sectors to be aware and we are living in an information era. Okay, nobody should be a dearth of information. In fact, in a recent book by Yuval Noah Harari, he is talking about a concept called information diet. So even now, right now, I can assume or presume that at least 50% of the participants who are sitting here are half watching me and half they are in their cell phones. Means they are just enriching themselves with various informations. Maybe useful, may not be useful. So it's high time when we talk about the information diet, the right kind of information we should know. When the exporters, most of the time they reach to me or reach to us through an email or through an agencies like FIEO, we discuss about an issues like they are not getting their refunds in time, they are not got their drawback in time. And most of the time, I can say like 99.9% of the time, that happens only because the exporter has failed to track it. Because every information is available in their account, in IceGate. You can go and check what has happened to your shipping bill, what has happened, the status of the shipping bill, whether it has gone transferred to GST network or not. Because only upon filing your GST returns, the process of IGST refund is an automatic process, it happens. Sometimes it gets stuck in an error. The error, how to rectify that, we have been, last year we conducted a special drive on this alone, and many of the exporters got benefited. Even last month, one of the exporters approached that, telling that for the last 7-8 months we didn't get the IGST refund. Then we found out that there's an issue on the exporter side. They could not they have cancelled their particular bank account and migrate to different bank account. So it is their responsibility to, in fact, to come and correct those things. And how to correct it, every information is available. You just go and Google it, now it's all available. Not even Google it, you just AI is going to help you a lot. I would personally request the agencies like FIEO to conduct more such hand-holding session with the SME sectors, especially with respect to the incentives part. Same with respect to the drawback also. Recently, we have found that around 8,000 shipping bills of drawback we could not process because the exporters have not responded to that. So now then we issued a public notice, we issue a facility circular rather, and we given a particular email ID, government email ID, to which they can respond to that if there's a difficulty, and majority of the exporters have responded to it. So this outreach is a continuous effort. Even last week we have conducted an outreach on SCOMET in association with the DGFT. Last week we conducted an outreach with the trade body with an agency called Chemexil. Before that we did an outreach with the customs broker associations. So we have been doing an outreach continuously, because the speed at which the customs department is introducing the digital initiatives especially really is not able to match with the international demands. So you have to go a long way. Though a decade, if you talk about pre-2015 era, there are only two things are available in customs only. We can file a bill of entry shipping bill in the system and the risk management system. The last one decade, if you see the initiatives like the single window, the faceless assessment, the deferred duty payment, and the paperless customs, like we are not required to anymore generate a print of bill of entry or shipping bills, because everything gets generated automatically in a form of PDF and reaches the exporters and importers email. Direct port deliveries, Turant customs, direct port exports. The container scanning is what? It's nothing but a non-intrinsic way of examining the cargo. And within the container scanning facilities, we have all the possible scanning in Chennai. Like we have a drive-through container scanning facilities where the truck driver is not required to get out of the truck. He can just drive through so that we can scan. So everything is towards what? Everything is towards the faster clearances. And one of the important difficulties the small and medium sector exporters or importers feel is about, sometimes they are not aware about what is the kind of declaration we have to make, what is the CTH, what is the duty structure. These are the things. For these, we have introduced a portal called Compliance Information Portal. I would again suggest the MSME sectors, exporters and importers to please visit this portal. We call it CIP, where you can go and type any item description or any CTH, for which you will get the information about what are the pre-import or the pre-export compliance requirements, and what is the compulsory compliance requirement, means what you are supposed to do before what, at the time of bringing the consignment inside the customs area, what kind of licenses or permits you are supposed to possess. Everything is told. Ideally, you are not required to visit any consultant or any expert body to know about it. These informations are already available. Please make use of it. And once again, I sincerely thank the FIEO and the other partners here, and all the best for this whole initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manimaran. An excellent blend of your information technology background and your current role in customs. I think the exporter and SMEs in particular will look forward to a lot of such initiatives from you and the customs department in the times to come. Before I move on to the next speaker, I thought I would just take your attention to a recent article that came in the Hindu Business Line, which in fact said that after 14 years, Tamil Nadu records double-digit growth in real terms. I think this was a statistic which was released by the Ministry of Central Statistics. I think the credit goes to all the MSMEs based out of Tamil Nadu, and also the policies of the state government here. I wish more states could emulate this in the rest of the country. So with that, I move on to the next speaker, Mr. Manikkavel. I'll quickly introduce him to you. Mr. Manikkavel serves as the Commissioner, Chennai South Commissionerate and the Chennai North and South Commissionerate, GST and Central Excise, where he oversees indirect tax administration, compliance and enforcement in one of the country's most dynamic industrial and service hubs. A senior officer of the Indian Revenue Service, IRS 2004 batch, he brings extensive experience in tax policy implementation, trade facilitation and regulatory oversight. Mr. Manikkavel, if you could take the stage, please. A loud round of applause for Mr. Manikkavel.
அனைவருக்கும் இனிய காலை வணக்கம். Respected dignitaries and panelists and participants, very good morning to all. First of all, I would like to thank the FIEO for organizing such an event and inviting the GST department. My sincere thanks to the FIEO and the participants. We all know in India, SMEs are at the forefront of the innovations and growth. According to the press release of the Niti Aayog, recently that May 2025, the MSME sector contribute approximately 29% of the India GDP, which accounts 40% of export and employment 60% of workforce. So, I am very happy to be part of this gathering. See, despite significant contribution to the Indian economy, These logistic and SME sectors face numerous issues such as high fluctuating cost, lack of technological integration for tracking and automation, the complex regulatory hurdles and challenges with staffing and limited resources. These problems result in delay in clearance and reduced customer satisfactions, which ultimately eroding the profit margins. The Government of India policy reforms such as GST, and National Logistic Policy and Bharatmala Pariyojana provided a major flip to the logistic industries. These policies are designed to reduce the logistic cost and improve the supply chain's efficiency and make India as a global logistic hub. Being a taxman, I throw some lights as how GST reforms has contributed to the vibrant logistic and multimodal ecosystem. We all know the pre-GST era, compliance by the logistical sector. After introduction of GST in 1st July 2017 in India, there has been transformative event of the logistic industry, making a significant shift from the complex and fragmented tax systems to a unified and streamlined single tax system. There were multitude of indirect taxes levied both at center and state level, including CST, VAT, and which are all has been now replaced by the GST. The immediate benefit of the implementation of GST on logistics sector, which includes removal of the check post, introduction of the uniform taxation across the country. The removal of these check posts lead to a drastic reduction in the transit time for goods, with reports suggesting a reduction of up to 20% of transportation time and cost. The substantial reductions in transportation cost also involved in this. Long-term impact of the implementation of GST. After implementation of GST, we observe creation of best infrastructures such as large warehouse, global capacity centers, etc., particularly in Chennai. These also paved way for growth for third-party logistics service provider. Present developments in logistics sector due to GST reforms, these GST regime spurred the development of integrated logistic solutions, end-to-end solutions, where companies offer a combination of multimodal transportations, warehousing, and value-added services under a single umbrella. Nowadays, logistic companies are investing in advanced technologies such as IoT, artificial intelligence, and blockchain to enhance the visibility, traceability, and efficiency across the supply chain. In addition, the introduction of the e-way bill systems under GST ensure the smooth movement of the goods across the state borders. We all, as a MSME sector, you all might have faced challenges during the GST transition. There were challenges faced by the industry during the transitions. It was very acute, particular for SME sector. Many SMEs struggle with the initial complexity of the GST compliance, especially in adopting the necessary technologies and infrastructures requirement to manage the new tax systems and in generation of e-way bill. However, for them, the long-term implications have been largely very positive. In Government of India, after understanding this MSME sector during the transition GST period faced significant disruptions and business adjusted to the new tax structure, lot of initiative has been initiated. For example, GST Seva Kendra, GST Suvidha Kendra has been initiated by the Government of India, which is really providing a good result to the MSME sector. The government tried very hard to continuously upgrade the network, which would make business to save time and resources. To mitigate the transition disruptions, government frequently extended the last date of filing of returns, relaxed the compliance requirement, waived the late fees, recently brought amnesty scheme with reduced duty coupled with waiver of penalty and interest for minor offences. The Government of India hear the views of SME frequently by conducting a coordination meeting with their associations in presence of state and central GST officers, and to that extent solve the problems on table. In case if any issue required policy corrections, it is also addressed to the GST Council. Above all, our Honorable Prime Minister last week during the Independence Day speech announced that next generation major tax reforms are coming before Diwali, and also stated that it will bring down the tax burden of the common man, particularly to the SME sector. In my view, these reforms will boost the consumption, thereby it will also stimulate the economic activity, increase the competitiveness of SMEs. Obviously, the SME and logistics sector ecosystem will be a major beneficiary for the reform of this reform, and would catalyze the growth of our Indian economy also. After introduction of the GST Seva Kendra and this Suvidha Kendra, last year alone, particularly in respect of one commissioner rate, 3,526 grievances and issues has been solved. This year, 2025-26, last 4 months, 1,516 issues has been solved. Apart from that, for new registration, there has been Suvidha Kendra has been introduced by the Government of India. After introduction of Suvidha Kendra, almost 90 SME sectors came to this commissionerate for getting registration related issues solved. Apart from this, at our commissionerate level also, we are also organizing the outreach program. We are also ready to come to this industrial estate area once in a month. If there is a requirement, we can come and give the outreach programs, try to solve the problems at their end. So, Government of India and state government also having these GST grievance redressal meetings every quarterly. That is being organized by the state government GST of commissioner and principal chief commissioner of the CGST also. SME sector also part of that grievance redressal meeting committee. So any suggestions also being, any suggestion, any issue can be also brought to the notice of the grievance redressal committee. So we are there to solve your problem. So again, I would like to thank the FIEO and all the participants. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Mr. Manikkavel. Request Mr. Krishnan to start off with the souvenir to Mr. Israr. Could you come on to the stage, please? Mr. Krishnan to Mr. Israr Ahmed and to Mr. Thank you so much for your welcome address, Mr. Israr Ahmed, and joining us today, and for sharing your thoughts at the beginning of the session. Also, Mr. Krishnan to Mr. Samim Basha. Thank you, sir, for giving us an insight into the Chennai International Airport Air Cargo's operations and telling us what to expect in the days to come. May I request Mr. Israr Ahmed to give the souvenirs to Mr. Manimaran first. You can go ahead. Thank you, Mr. Manimaran, for your guest of honor presentation. Next, may I request Mr. Israr Ahmed and Mr. Krishnan to give the souvenir to Mr. Manikkavel. Thank you, sir, for your guest of honor address once again. And last but not the least, can I request Unni sir and Mr. Ahmed to give the souvenir to Girija madam. Thank you for that very insightful presentation on the general insurance offerings for the SMEs in exports. So with that, we come to the end of the inaugural session.